Noong 2006, nagkaroon ako ng prostate cancer na. Ngayon, nung paulit-ulit na dinalagyan ako ng catheter na hindi ako makaihi. Inopera ako doon sa FEO noong May 22, 2009. Pabalik-balik ako sa ospital na for check-up. Tuwing dalawang check-up ng isang linggo, wala rin akong walang pagbabago, lalong sumasakit. Maraming klase, mahapdi, makirot, masakit pag lumabas yung ihi ko, pag huminto yung ihi ko, masakit, makirot, ganun ho. Halos hindi ako makatulog magdamag, nagtitiis lang ako. Lagi akong nakahiga, maski na nung pumunta sila nung dito, hindi ako makatagal ng mga 10 minutes na nakaupo ng ganito. Saka yung pagpunta ko sa FEO, pag pumunta ako, gagastos ako ng 5,000 pinpunta ko. Dalawang beses ako pumunta sa loob sa linggo. Kaya ngayon, naghihirap na ako, wala na akong pambili ng gamot ko. Marami akong pinagdanan, ECG, ultrasound, urine culture.
Nagsimula ang sakit ko noong January 2009. Isang gabi, biglang sumakit ang aking tiyan, napakasakit. Hindi ako makagalaw, hindi ako lakad, hindi ako makakain, hindi ako makainom. So hirap talaga ako, napakasakit, parang kinurot yung bituka ko. So kinabukasan, nag-decide ako na magpa-check up agad sa doktor. So pagdating ko sa doktor, sabi niya sa akin, kailangan ko raw na mag-ultrasound. So binigyan niya lang ako ng pain reliever. Kaso lalong sumakit, lalong sumakit yung tiyan ko. So kinabukasan, nagpa-ultrasound ako kaagad. So ang resulta lumabas na mayroon pala akong 1.6 cm na kidney stone. So, pagkatapos noon, binigay ko ang resulta sa doktor. Binalik ko ang resulta. So, sabi ng doktor, kailangan ko daw na magpa-opera. Kaso walang laser dito sa Tagbilaran. So kailangan pumunta sa Cebu. Wala ko sa kondisyon, so napakahirap, napakasakit talaga. So naalala ko yung kapatid ko na meron, napakasaya ko no, na-save ko yung pera ko para opera. So hindi na ako na-operahan. Tapos bumuti yung kondisyon ko, napakalakas ko, bumalik yung lakas ko, napakasigla ko. So nawala lahat. So laking pasalamat ko unang-una sa
diabetic, and he was hospitalized because he is partially blind already. May gangrene yung lower extremities niya, and na 50-50 siya sa hospital. So after 3 days, nag-dry up daw yung kanyang gangrene. So hindi na amputate yung kanyang leg. Cyst, I have breast cyst, and then may solid nodule, multiple, and then one of those was a solid nodule na kailangan nang i-operate. Kaya ayoko magpo-opera. So I tried it kasi I saw it dun sa friend niya na ganun yung drastic yung recovery talaga niya. Nagpa-ultrasound ako. It turned out na negative na, hindi na makita nung doctor sa ultrasound yung nodules.
It was a vehicular accident that happened October 3 in the Anghare, Alabang, Cavite area. I was driving all alone. There was this. I had that accident, and the next thing I knew, wala na akong malay noon. I ended up here at San Juan de Dios Hospital at the intensive care unit. I didn't know what was happening. It was really painful. And then nawalan ako ng malay. But in a way, I was in comatose.
He was in the ICU for 9 days. So wala talaga siyang memory. about yung nangyari sa kanya. Yung his brain was swollen. Yung sabi ng doctor, swollen yung brain niya. Ang sabi ng doctor, it will take 6 months daw para makarecover, to remember. Sabi ng doctor. Noon sa ICU, hindi alam nung mga doctors. Nakita ko yung effect sa akin. So, binigyan ko siya. Remarkable yung yung recovery niya. Gumising siya. Tapos, nagulat din yung doctor niya sa recovery niya na parang biglaan. So, hindi na siya hindi na nag-operate. Yung doctor, hindi na kinailangan ng operation. Sabi ng doctor, maswerte siya. Saka nagulat din yung doctor na ganun kabilis yung recovery niya. Kasi nag-start na nag-swell down yung swelling sa brain niya. He stayed there for 2 more weeks sa hospital niya. Pero during those 2 weeks na yon, nag-improve yung memory niya. Nakilala na niya ako, alam niya yung pangalan ko, alam niya yung pangalan ng mga anak namin. Pati yung mother niya, alam niya yung pangalan. It started sa mga names. They can even text. Nakatext mo siya sa hospital, nagulat ko doon. Nakakataon siya. Dati nung hindi niya ma-recognize kung ano yung cellphone. Hindi niya alam kung ano tawag doon. Kasi I believe na kaya kahit 2 capsules eh. So kahit na basta regular lang, na continuous din yung intake niya noon, I believe na makaka-recover siya. Saka dati may complaints of headache. Pag medyo late na during the days, masakit yung ulo niya, masakit, saka malabo yung mata niya. Na-observe niya na hindi na sumasakit yung ulo niya. Tapos medyo hindi na ganun kalabo din yung mata niya. Hindi ako na-surprise na positive yung effect niya. Alam ko na ganun yung magiging effect sa kanya. Kasi na-prove ko na sa sarili ko na nakakatulong sa kanya yun. So, kumbaga, waiting na lang. Yung time na lang will tell. Yun na lang inaantay ko yung time na dumating na makaka-recover siya, na mariregain niya yung memory niya. Ngayon, unti-unti, after nang nag-take pa rin siya, especially my husband, to recover dun sa temporary na memory loss niya.
Doon ko lang nalaman na all the time, the reason why I had a that was given, I should have died. And I know the Lord gave me a second chance in life. The important thing is I'm back. I'm back with my life because of the Lord, and I have a strong life in
Praise God, for He gave us the breath of life, a gift precious for survival, so that we could enjoy and rejoice our existence. But when things fail us and illness occurs, how much expense would it pay for? Physically, emotionally, and so much financially. But God made a way. It was March 18. It also happened to be my 20th birthday. 7 months after, December that same year, I was diagnosed with an illness. I, who was just then so active and vibrant, there was not a sign that something worse could happen. The disease, though identified, it was rare. No common medical remedy yet known. This is where all of that cost comes in. Even if I haven't witnessed it myself because I was still unaware, I learned eventually that for an average family like us, we have experienced being physically exhausted, emotionally down, and financially drained. My mother fought for every possible cure. She tried every probable treatment. But for a situation like mine, the rest of all the other synthetic medicines that we have tried before just wasted effort. Because my mom, if it so said that God do send blessings in disguise, ours was open to us through the selfless individuals who help us until the end. To it, our deepest thanks to Tatay Edward Hagedorn and his family as well. He is an image of an extraordinary individual who nobly reached down and offered help to people in need with all he had unselfishly, for sharing you to us, for helping us to succeed and also to be healed. And to all those who have helped us during our worst and even until today, and assures us that they will still be there as much as they can. All of you, you are all a blessing. Nowadays, a lot of testimonies are already made known to enlighten us. As for me, I am doing my part. This is my way of saying to you all, I am here with you today, alive. I want to share this all to you because I do have been healed. The last time, the doctor said that there is a possibility that I could. It sure has helped a lot of sickness and will definitely be able to help more. Sabi nga nila, last January 10, 2011, ikaw na ang susunod. Remember that health is wealth. Yes, it is the wholeness of our well-being.
Once again, this is yours truly, Ivy Pacaldo Temaribas, saying, do stay healthy everyone, inside and out. The journey will never end as long as there is a chance. We must grab it and keep on going. I wish you all prosperity, abundance, wellness, peace of mind, wealth, and freedom. Thank you. May God be with us all. Power.